Okay, then here is the first point which we'll be planning to discuss, introduction to Salesforce. Let's begin. So what we are going to be learn as per this slide saying, right? So whenever we say Salesforce, so any idea about the Salesforce, guys? So before I jump into detail, whether you have been worked on any Salesforce project or you none of them are aware what is Salesforce or I haven't worked on any Salesforce, just tell me from your end. You can unmute and you can tell me, guys, not an issue. As I mentioned, it should be interactive. So that is the reason.
So this is Arun. I'm not. Uh, Prabhu?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Just I. Uh, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, it's breaking, but
Yeah.
I can able to
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. Okay. Salesforce is a cloud-based software company which
Okay, great.
provides a software solution and platforms for user and developers.
Okay, great. So anybody having any other ideas?
Hi Prabhu, Karthikeyan here.
Hi, Karthi.
Prabhu, we have multiple applications in Salesforce, like a CRM application. It is majorly a CRM application where we have admin role, developer role in it.
Okay,
So it is classified as a different uh, business projects. It can be used for different business projects like healthcare, SEM, and
okay.
few more. So that is the idea I am having right now.
Okay, great. Thank you, both of you. You both got the point exactly. Salesforce is a CRM application. Again, top of that, it's a cloud-based CRM application. Now, the Salesforce demanding in the market is in the world's number one cloud CRM, but it keep evolving the day by day. There is a lot of reasons behind in the screen. We will discuss each and everything. So this slide we are going to be discuss this presentation especially for Salesforce. Before we know Salesforce, as the both of them mentioned, right? It has a lot of flavors where it will be help for the health cloud and the sales, again services. Based upon that business, it will be come up with the layers. So we need to be understand what is cloud and CRM. Then only we can able to understand why Salesforce become as a number one cloud CRM. Okay, so these are all the topics we are going to be covering in this presentation. And then additionally, the cloud services. The cloud services is a pretty interesting point that also we are going to be discuss. Okay, let's jump into the CRM. Okay, the name saying like customer relationship management. So the acronym telling about the abbreviation here. So we need to be make a good relationship with the customer where we need to be sell any product or do any service. So for all those business process, we need to be come up with a good relationship in order to be keep track the sales, keep track the customers and then where we want to be sell the products in order to be help the company to connect with the customers. This is the main topic in that CRM which they have been started early. People started very at the first time. It's been almost 2 decades before the Salesforce application, everything, the CRM application, everything as a desktop application. So we used to create a visual basic as a app where we have to be install and we have to be create where need to be maintain a database and then a middleware connectivity. There will be a layers, right? So everything has been a desktop application earlier. So that that is the way they have been started creating a customer relationship management for all those purpose. It has been derived now into cloud. Okay, so in general we need to be keep on a good relationship with the customer in order to be keep get those information and to track in give a good services. That is a major thing with respect to the CRM. Okay, what does the CRM do in the system? In the sense, it should be in a good such a way to collaborate any new customer or existing customers to get uh, the prospects into the information where it will be able to create a stronger relationship. That is a major thing. Then only the business will grow very faster. Let assume like we are planning to create one small company where we need to be create such a customer details, in the sense we can't able to do in a right away, so we need to be do some marketing, and then from the marketing we will be able to generate some leads. From there we can able to create customers. So this is a general way where usually all business solutions will be taking care, but in order to be maintained some information, we have a some solid model data model system that is going to be a CRM. Okay, so here we will be collecting all customer information as I mentioned earlier. So it's a customer website details or email or their telephone or social media details to check on each and every informations. So this is a major platform which will be help us to do the develop a customer relationship. In general, if I would like to say. Okay, let's jump into the cloud computing part. Cloud, any idea about the cloud, guys? So what is meant by cloud? We keep talking for more than a decade. If you people are started, if you're having more than 10 years experience, we will keep hearing the name term, say cloud computing, data cloud, and all. So any idea about the cloud? What is meant by cloud? Or whether you guys are working on any cloud applications? If any application, just tell me.
Hi, Prabhu. So the
Yeah.
cloud means like the storage, the say example that servers. So everything is configured in the remote, so we can access the servers. So that we can depend upon that the services and the softwares networks and that.
Okay. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Any other point, guys?
Yeah, Prabhu. Actually, it means storing and accessing your data and
Okay.
programs over the internet rather than storing your own database.
Okay. Okay. Great. May I know your good name, please?
Naresh.
Okay, Naresh. Thank you, Naresh. Okay, great. Let's think about, just we roll back into our previous system, how it has been worked earlier. It's a cloud computing. You people are saying, right? It's a cloud based where it will be working in the internet. We able to get the resource. Again, the slide also going to be same. Going to be explain the same thing. So let's understand before cloud, how we have been maintained the system. Any idea?
It will be in the local
Usually we'll have
database,
a
local
common
system.
Yes, it will be in a local system. Okay, let me tell you a little more information about that. Let assume 10, 12, 15 years or 20 years before, before the cloud coming to the picture, we will be having our local server. You people are aware of the intranet server offices where it will be have a local server. It has been maintained all databases, and top of that, as per the business plan, if any application, any web application or any mobile application, we will be having installed some software in our machine, right? For a great example, Visual Studio for the .NET development, we will be using it, and there will be a Java development. We will be using other applications as a IDE. It has been installed, and then we will be preparing a middleware. Again, the middleware will be having a database connectivity, so SQL server or MySQL server. Very earlier there will be a MS Access, but after that we moved into SQL server and MySQL, Oracle. There will be a lot of database. It has been installed into our local server where we need to be maintain everything into the on premises. Okay, meaning we have to be go and get each and every license, or we need to be maintained, or we need to be in order to be scale up any big project or any number of hits. So we have to be do the normalization. So all responsibility we will be taking care in the traditional way of web application development in older days. But when the cloud enter into the system, we will be having all those information into the virtual, but virtual in the sense somewhere the hub will be there. They will be maintaining the server, every information as a resource and storage and the connectivity and normalization. Everything will be taking care of that management. That is where the cloud is coming to the picture. Again, we need a just a internet. That is fine. Only internet you can able to do anywhere. And then earlier will be very desktop system. Later point, everyone upgraded into the laptop. So now we are working from home and working from anywhere. Likewise, the cloud computing enter into the market. We are able to do the development anywhere in the world. Like you can able to connect over the internet. You can just give a login credential, then it will be get authenticated. Then you can able to do all your performance. That is what the cloud computing here. So even I will give you a small example here. Earlier and all, in QA side, in testing, we will be keep tracking all those bugs, defect tracking tool, right? There will be some tools we need to be use in our installed version, like Microsoft SharePoint will be the great example, where we need to be log in and we need to be do all those tracking details. After that, Jira tool came into the picture again. Rally tool came into the picture. There are a lot more test rail tools. Everything will be there. So now everything has been moved into the cloud, into the Microsoft Azure. So I hope a few people are already working with those Microsoft DevOps tool. It will be everything maintained into the cloud now. So it has been bundled. It's available in the over the internet. So this is a pretty much about the cloud. Again, these are the examples where you can able to understand. So Gmail is the best example for the cloud computing. We in order to be send any email, we are using for a long time the Gmail. So that is the reason I have been kept the small example here. So it's more so easy and sufficient way where we can able to create account and then we can able to access the same wise in Salesforce. Also in Salesforce.com, we need to be create one account in order to be do register, giving a valid username, password, sorry, and then personal details, email, phone number. Then we can able to generate a password. We can able to log in the same typical into gmail.com. Okay. So we'll jump into a little deeper into understand the cloud service. You can ask me why we have to be go through this in detail of the cloud services and all, because in order to be start working with the Salesforce, because you can able to see in the top right corner is in a cloud, where they have been mentioned. We need to be understand what all that cloud and we are Salesforce supporting, how the Salesforce is working, and what is the data model and types are Salesforce using. So that is the main agenda. I would like to be bring all those cloud type of clouds and the services here. You can nicely see this cloud, having a services where it will be able to provide, as I mentioned, the storage, the database and migration. And there are a lot more things the cloud is performing, but somewhere we need to be host, right? So likewise, I have been mentioned earlier, in our premises, whatever we are holding, we will be pushing everything into the local server. So where we can able to do that. So we used to call as a hosting. So we will be hosting into some server. So here in the such a way, in the cloud services, whatever they are providing, it will be hosted into different type of clouds. So that different type is nothing but here public, private and hybrid. Okay, so where you can able to see for the next upcoming slides, you can able to understand what is mean by public and private and hybrid. The name itself able to understand. It's an self-explanatory again. You can see that bullet points which I have been mentioned. The public will become into the scalable and reliable, again the inexpensive. So we don't want to pay anything for using Gmail. Whether we are paying anything, really no, right? So again, you can able to understand now. Gmail will be a again cloud service. It's hosted into the public network. So this is way where we can able to understand. Again, it's a location independent, so we can access from anywhere. Correct. So let's jump into the private part. Again, here also we can able to do the scalable. And one more thing here, whenever we go for private, it will be a more secure. So the name private, it's a secured one, because we can't, the other person we can't able to access. So there will be a authenticated will be there, and then there will be authorization, there will be API keys will be there in order to be make sure whether the right person able to access the cloud. So that will be captured into this private network, and then we will be having a greater control again here. So we can able, in security point of view also, we can able to hold such a information in the private cloud. So we'll look into all those examples in upcoming slide. Again, hybrid, which is nothing but it's a combination of both the public and private. Okay. So private cloud, yeah, as I mentioned, the private cloud, it will be more secure, right? Where we can able to do all those environment and internal activities. It will be dedicatedly to assigned to the particular cloud network, or it will be assigned to some organization. Let's say you people already aware, right? That IBM tool will be there a lot of, and then AWS network will be there. So where we can able to get some access to for our particular organization, we used to call that is a tenant. So that we will be able to receive from there. So we the organization only able to access all those information into the cloud side. So that is pretty much private cloud. Example also, as I mentioned, public cloud, it's an open, it's an scalable, again it's an flexible to do it anywhere in the independent one, as I mentioned. So the great example here, the Gmail and Google Drive will be a public cloud. So where it will be able to interact with the customer, as let's say I'm a user, I'm able to create an account, and then I can, even enterprise are also able to create an account. So then there will be network security by default. Each and every software will be keeping in it. They also having a database where they will be keep tracking all those information and storage also. Okay. Okay, hybrid. Again, the, it's again the both a combination of public and private only here the hybrid. The great example I would like to say here, AWS also providing, and there are a lot of this is just an example. There will be a lot of a provider will be there and a vendor will be there in order to be give the different type of cloud services. Azure and then AWS also a great example for the hybrid. Okay, so till here any doubt or any queries, guys? Because I don't want to be rush up very fast. Let me check the chat window. Yeah, the session has been started recording. Yes. Oh, one query should be aware of automation for this session. It's not really required. Query from Renuga. Okay. Guys, are you able to see the chat window also?
Yes, Prabhu.
Ah,
Yes,
okay, great.
Prabhu.
Because I'm very new to this kind of team sharing. That is the reason I'm asking. Okay. Dinesh, like managing business condition and data, like managing business condition. I couldn't hear, I couldn't get that point, Dinesh. If you don't mind, could you elaborate what is mean by managing business condition and data? I'm currently working in Salesforce as manual QA. Okay, great. Thank you, Renaga. Then you have able to help us here more. Maintaining and collection the data about the business condition and be storing into the cloud. Yes, we can able to store everything into the cloud based upon the business needs and conditions. One query. Do we need any scripting knowledge or coding knowledge for this? Salesforce doesn't, I can't say it does not require any coding knowledge. There are two directions will be having Salesforce. If you don't want to go with the code, meaning code in the sense of script development, there is another way that we are going to be discuss. That is declarative programming we used to call in Salesforce, that we will discuss. There will be a no code and low code. You people heard the word like no code and low code automation. So that will be applicable into the Salesforce with respect to declarative programming. It's not really required to aware of us any development script to learn Salesforce. Actually, okay, great. That is pretty much here. Okay, if you don't have any queries, let me start again with the cloud services. Okay, so now you can able to see one small, triangle picture where you can able to understand. Uh, I hope you people are heard the called software as a service, SaaS, PaaS, SaaS model, right? Any idea? Any idea? Any queries or comments? Whether you are working, because everyone will be working any of one this model, which we have been developed. So could you help me out where we are using currently? Which one will be our applications? Okay, fine.
SaaS,
Yeah.
yes, SaaS we are currently using.
Okay, SaaS is currently using your. Okay, your good name, please.
Narendran.
Okay, Narendran, thank you. Okay, the picture saying like SaaS, PaaS, and as where it will be having a infrastructure as a service and platform as a service and software as a service. Majorly, all end users will be accessing the SaaS, which has been the end product. It is in a software where we can able to access the end users, and application developers they will be involved into the PaaS, and where it will be able to do all infrastructure and development will be into that the last one. Okay. Apart from that, we have two more thing, but there's a backend as a service and a function as a service. Whenever you get a chance, just go through this area. But I just want to be give a highlight here. That is the reason I kept this slide. Sorry. Okay. Okay. We'll go a little deeper to understand this difference. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we need to be develop any application. The left side you can focus the on premises. So we need a server. We will come from bottom to up. So in order to be develop any application, we need a server, and it should be in a somewhere need to be storage, and there will be a network and virtualization, operating system we need to be used, and middleware, runtime, data, and application. So this each and everything will be able to handle in the on premises, but wherein when we talk about the cloud having three different type of services, that is here infrastructure provider and platform provider and software provider. Now focus on the second column. You can able to see server, storage, and network, and virtualization. These four item will be able to manage from the infrastructure as a service. The rest of the things we need to be managed. Okay, so that is a saying the provider manage this from bottom to up. Four row we have to be vendor will be managing. Rest of the things we need to be maintained. Okay, so likewise the platform as a service. Again, from a server up to runtime, they will be taking care. So we need to be focused only on application and data. The software as a service, we don't want to focus anything as a company. Let's assume in this way. I'm going to be start one small company, startup company. I would like to be invest all my funds in the way if I go with this based upon our need. I'm very small company. I don't have much on fund, but when my business grows, I can able to invest more into the platform and infrastructure also. So during the time, we need to be rely on software as a service, because it's a very easy. We can able to register and get an access. That is pretty enough, because they will be taking care of entire application and data, operating system and storage, everything. So that is the reason you can able to see a lot of recent days in last 5 years, there will be a lot of startup company has been arise because of the SaaS model. Even there are many companies For example, Zoho is a great example. You people already aware. Salesforce is the number one CRM. There is a competitor for all application or all domain, all network, right? So likewise, Zoho is also a competitor to Salesforce. They are also having a Zoho CRM. They used to develop a lot of products, but Zoho CRM also very competitor to Salesforce, where you can able to see as a company they will be creating their own SaaS model. We used to call that is a SaaS model. So in order to be get attractive the clients or any enterprise version or customers, they will be able to expose or they can able to give ideas how the business we can able to grow with the SaaS model. So that is a major difference here with these three different type of services in the cloud. Okay, so again, it's a little more information, but I don't want to spend more time. We'll jump into more into Salesforce. So anyhow, I'm going to share the slides. You can refer, guys. Whatever I have been discussed, the same thing will be there. You can see that Zoho is a SaaS model, which I have been mentioned into the example here. Again, the features, okay, it's an on-demand application where you can able to share the many resources, and multi-tenant architecture also followed into the cloud, and just we need to be pay and we have to be used. It's a simple, again, it's running over the internet, and we need to do any development and any service activity we can able to do it, like how we are able to access our email, right? The same concept. Okay, this is pretty much with this slide, guys. So we'll jump into Salesforce. So before that, any doubts? Can raise your queries. We'll address in another 5 minutes those queries. Then we'll jump into the Salesforce side.
Hi, Prabhu Subraj. Prabhu, so from my side, how in Salesforce, like the data like, is limited. So if any customer is coming, like this as storage and also.
Sorry, Subraj, I couldn't hear you properly. Could you repeat once again?
So if customers want to take the like SaaS service, so how the storage and also it will be it's like based upon their users level, determine the
Yeah,
storage
yeah.
level or
Yes, this is really a good question. Again, when we go with the SaaS model, the question is here, guys, from Subraj, how the storage and how the data will be stored. Is there any limitations, or user side or access side, like that is the question from Subraj. The answer is here based upon the license. When we get a license, we will be having some defined number of users access. For this license, you can able to access this many users, and this is a storage. For example, if I want to go any Salesforce license, there will be a lot of different license will be there based upon the editions: professional, enterprise, and unlimited, and essential. These are all the editions we will be having in Salesforce. So at the minute when we start getting a license, they will be giving by default 5 users, and then 5 GB is an access. So that is a maximum limit we can able to store. This is an example. It's not accurate what I'm going to explain now. So likewise, based upon the license, it will be uh, access user level also access get increase, and storage also. So they will be taking care of the entire storage. We don't want to worry about that. Okay. Did I answer your question, Subraj?
yes, yeah, that's
Okay. Okay. Okay, Dinesh, thanks for your answer here. Okay, guys, we'll get into Salesforce. I don't have much slides, so I just want going to use the Excel sheet for to explain each and everything. So let begin with the Salesforce. Now you people are aware what is the Salesforce? You just tell me. It's on a cloud-based CRM. Okay. As of now, it is number one in the market level. There are some competitor, as I mentioned. Zoho CRM is another good example for the competitor. Okay, let's say sales was having a lot of we used to call editions. Sales was having editions, and sales was providing a license, and then editions license. Okay. We'll discuss about that development model. Okay, great. So, Salesforce again is in a cloud-based CRM, and it's providing a lot of editions, as I mentioned now. And
this thing I'll ask directly to Yesterday morning I asked about this something that the leaves of the
guys, please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. And it has an editions and license. And during the time of development module, as per the query, we can able to do two different type of development model or type in the Salesforce. That also we are going to be discuss. When I say editions, it has a different type of editions, like as I mentioned, um, essential, personal, unlimited, essential, professional, enterprise. When we talk about the license, okay. We have this many editions, but I'm not going to deep dive into the essential edition part. So you just be aware what all the editions we will be having. Again, it's based upon the edition which we are going to be use for that. But we don't want to worry about at very beginner level, because the company is going to be planned which edition they want to be used their application. But we need to be know as a Salesforce professional, or those who are going to be upskill into Salesforce, they need to be aware of these terms. That is I used to say in very initial that our terms will be there. So this is the terms I would like to be give you. And the license, user license, feature license, permission set. But we don't want to focus this area, because the company will want all those information based upon the business need. So, but we need to be aware when we started working with Salesforce, or when we are doing any development activities. So which license I am using, what is the edition I am using in the Salesforce. This is the main reason I have been highlighted here. Before that, I would like to be go with some architecture level where I have been kept. Okay, here it is. Okay, Salesforce architecture. I just want to be give very high level details. How the Salesforce working within the business layer and different type of layers. You can able to see in general, Salesforce by default is in a multi-tenant architecture, multi-tenant infrastructure. Any idea about multi-tenant? Anybody?
The same infrastructure can be used by multiple clients.
Yes, correct. Great.
same thing though. Same thing here. One particular system, it can be used to multiple persons. That's what I just posted in chat also. Even the water can is a brand. The thing is same, but they can be used in multiple brands, multiple users with a different kind of fun brands. So the
Oh, okay.
architecture of the thing will be changed. Like might be the label, sticker, logo, kind of for the real time process. When I'm just saying this one.
Okay.
For example, also we can say the login system and all. So each company they are having different kind of a login system. The conditions and all different, but the login process and all it is same. That is what we can call.
Exactly, exactly. You got the exact point. Let assume, guys, with respect to say, no, let assume in general way, forget about the Salesforce. I have an application which I have been developed. I'm selling into some customer name called A. Again, I have a customer B and customer C. Okay, the same application they are going to be used. For the great example, again, we'll take the CRM. I have a CRM application which I have been developed from my on premises. I need to be sell to different type of customers, but each and every customer having their own data based upon their customer or suppliers or providers or vendors. It might be any other thing. Okay, but for our case, I need to be go for each and every person to develop a separate application, separate database. It's very difficult. So there the multi tenant architecture coming to the picture. I can develop my applications where I can able to do scalable into other customers also able to give the same functionality, but there are some business logics and the flavor will be it's in a kind of a vanilla application where we have to be at top of, right? So likewise the business logic and might be the look and feel also will get changed, so that we will be able to do it in the way to support in the customer point of view, or um, in enterprise also we can able to do the same thing. So where the multi-tenant infrastructure come into the picture, so by default Salesforce will do that. By default Salesforce supporting this multi-tenant infrastructure. That is the first point I would like to be convey. So they will be maintaining, as we discussed, right? It's in a cloud, again the storage and network security, everything they are able to handle. So the next one, they will be handle the entire database system, but very secret. We are not aware what kind of database they are going to be used, whether they are using Oracle or any AWS storage. We never aware of that, but they will be maintaining the entire database system. In Salesforce also a database where we will be maintaining all those information. Okay, so they will be taking care of the database. Again, for all development, let's say I need to be do all development, so they will be providing a platform, as I mentioned, the PaaS, right? PaaS. So they will be giving a force.com where we can able to do our own development. So let's say I can able to create any changes into the Salesforce. So because Salesforce giving some set of the data model where we can able to use, because this CRM application, let's say this CRM application having already one packed example modules, or we used to call objects, fields, records. But in top of that, I would like to be change any other information. In the sense, the force.com will be help us to do that, where the actual programming development will come into the picture, which I have been mentioned into the Excel sheet. Site.com. Again, the site.com will be able to help us to create any websites. With the Salesforce, we can able to publish one website, as like right now we are looking into, right, e-commerce website or any other website, right? We can able to develop the website using the site.com. Hiraku, again, Hiraku is a host system where it will be able to do all those platform support services. So majorly the data.com will be taking care of the entire data which they are going to be provided in order to be maintain any data where we are feeding or where we are storing, where retrieving, everything will be able to taking care by the data.com. In right side, you can able to see the API integration also will be coming to the picture in for the all layers, where it will be able to get into the from database and then all those platform services and data storage services. Now you can able to focus the middle circle area where the social customer profile, it will be providing a lot of services based upon the business model. I can say here the sales cloud is in a separate cloud where we can able to create all those sales perspective. Service cloud will be able to give all the entire about after the customer get into their business, we need to be follow up the services. So it has a separate cloud for the service. Likewise, we have a health cloud, education cloud, net zero cloud, non-profit. So Salesforce has been segregated into many clouds, guys. So you people already heard something called uh, the familiar cloud. Any idea about the cloud? Whether you heard any cloud during the time of your professional, apart from this sales and service cloud? I think someone mentioned health cloud. Okay, fine. No, not an issue. There will be additional clouds, guys. Commerce cloud will be there. We used to call B2B and B2C. These are all the different type of clouds. So Salesforce will be having in a top layer, where the chatter will be playing all those customer interaction support. and then top of that you can able to see sites and portal which I have been mentioned, which we have been created in the force.com and site.com. This will be comes into the upper layer where it will be support HTML, general HTML and CSS, and there will be a communities. uh, when you go in deeper, you can able to correlate each and everything, but I assume you can't able to correlate as of now, but you just understand how the architecture will be happening. But when we go deeper dive, then you can able to understand the entire points whichever I am explaining here. Okay, there are one more thing, app exchange. You can able to see, and that app exchange is nothing but like how we are accessing app in Android and iOS in Apple Store and App Store. The same like Salesforce having an app exchange where we can go and see the n number of apps we can able to download, and we can able to include into our actual Salesforce application in order to do the development. Okay, any doubt till here, guys? Let me check the chat window also. Okay, what are the prerequisites for Salesforce learning? Prerequisite is nothing prerequisite, guys. So if you need a good time and a learning curve, that is a major thing you need to be spent. In order to be go with the Salesforce development, you need a few prerequisites. But wherein in I will take this one. Okay, let's say I have been segregated to right declarative programming and development programming. So during that time, I will address your query here. Okay, as a development model, in Salesforce we have a declarative programming. We used to call it's a no code or low code, meaning we don't want to do any script development with this way, where we used to call this is Salesforce administration. The term, exact term, if you want to be know in Salesforce, where the Salesforce administration going to be played this way. Okay, as a Salesforce administration, I need to be aware what is Salesforce, what is CRM, and what is cloud computing, how the cloud CRM working in the Salesforce, what are the data model available into the Salesforce. That we need to be aware. So for that, we don't want to know any prerequisite and then any coding knowledge. So this is how the low code and no code will be working. So the Salesforce admin, whenever I would like to be suggest as a QA, when you people are working, whether you are working on manual or automation, if any freshers also available in this session, you don't worry about any prerequisite concepts. Just focus into Salesforce administration. That is very, very first entry key for your learning point into the Salesforce. Okay, where it will be having the no code and low code. You can ask me one more question. What the no code is fine. What is mean by low code? I'm a bit concerned. Still, I need to be code. If that is your question, I will tell you there are low code in the sense there will be a business logic we need to be derived in Salesforce administration. We used to call it is in a flow or automation process. Okay, let's say automation process. There will be a process builder or flow builder. We used to call this process builder or flow builder. Here you guys need to be know the low code concept, meaning we need to be define a workflow. Let's say I need to be circulate one email. That is your business logic. Okay, so let's say whenever the new customer enter into the record, you are going to be feed one form where you will be able to retrieve all customer information. Let us assume this scenario, getting a customer name, email address, all mandatory details, phone number. At the minute when you save, the information will be saved into your record. Okay, it has been created a record, it will be saved into your database. At the minute you need to be circulate an email saying, hey, welcome to the our business. So we are very thankful for your contribution or your participation. Something we need to be say, right? So for that we need to be write or create a workflow. That workflow we can able to do with the process builder or flow builder, where you need to be a low code, meaning you need to be do some configuration stuff. Okay, this is my email ID. I need to be form this email ID to this field. then only you can able to do the performance. Let's say there will be record, you already stored every information, it will be everything in the fields, correct? So you need to be call those id or email field into that mapping, then only it will be able to send. So where you need to be perform the low code. So low code is kind of where you need to be do all workflow automation, or here we used to say it's a flow automation. So for that, we don't want to write again big business logic, JavaScript or any OOPS concept and JavaScript, just a mapping. Just a mapping, there will be a decision when we need to be sent, when we should not send. So at the minute, let us assume you are adding the same user or same information again when you are going to be update. So during the time of update, again, you don't want to send the email, right? At the very first time only you have to be sent. So there we need to be come into the logic saying the decision controls. So everything will be taking care into the flow. So that is where I'm trying to say this is a low code automation tool where we will be doing the declarative programming. Okay, I hope I
So these
addressed
and
your query.
all static way of prompting kind of things, right?
Static way of prompting at the minute when we add a
Uh,
user which is sending email, you are saying it's going to be static. That's your question.
yeah, because yeah, that's correct. Like even we are just saying one particular thing to the one particular user. Even it is for welcoming, no? So we just need to add that email address, like whoever joined that particular thing, they'll be getting the welcome prompting. That's it. Correct.
Yeah, yes, that's correct. But let assume they will be having a sample template, Dinesh. But you need to be map their name. You need to be map their email ID. So we have to be work on
Uh,
it. Okay, we have to be edit. We
oh,
have to be
okay.
modify.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that is what
Okay. I thought,
thing. Hmm.
Prabhu,
okay.
like
Okay. I
mapping in the
wrongly
sense,
understood.
mapping in the sense, is it a plug and play? I mean, like just pulling the thing from the tabs and putting into the screen.
No, actually, I think it's Gautam.
Yeah, Gautam.
Okay,
So,
Gautam. Yeah, no, it's not a plug and play, Gautam. Where we will
okay.
be having, if you people already worked on um, RPA or RPA, right?
Yeah, RPA,
Pro-
robotic framework,
RPA,
right?
robotic, right?
Robotic
Yeah.
process automation.
Yeah, the process automation, correct? So
Mm.
you will be having the
Correct. Correct.
certain elements in the left side where we need to be keep drag and drop. Then we need to
Correct.
be do the
Uh,
changes. The same
Correct.
thing,
Correct.
the flow will be happening. For now, I let me share you the flow builder, at least a sample snapshot to
Yeah.
understand. This is a snapshot. You can able to correlate now very easily. Oh, my bad. It's not good. Let me take some other one. Okay. See, this is a flow builder which I am talking. The workflow which I have been mentioned, it will be start from the green circle. Again, it
Okay.
will be getting a contact information and it will be get the records. And let's say whether I need to be update or create, there will be a decision. Then I need to be, let's say it's going to be update. I need to come this way. If I need to be create, I need to go the right side. So if I need to be create, I can able to nicely create and I will end the process. If the user already exit, I need to be update and I need to be end the process. So whatever you need to be send any email or you have to be prompt any error message. So everything you can able to do with this flow. This is we used to
Mm.
say it's in a low code automation. Left side you can able to see lot of elements you can able to see, which will help us to do this workflow. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu, got it. Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
got it.
that. So if you want to do, yes, you have to drag and drop.
Yeah. Any
So
concern,
even
guys? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
sorry for the interrupt. Like even this is also a kind of a process, like scheduling that system whenever there is a new users comes around. So we need to show in the content like unless until it will be going to terminate the process. That's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
the
Exactly.
tables now. So the brand is
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your query, man. Any other query in that prerequisite? Okay, I have been addressed this one. Okay, great. Let's jump into our Excel sheet now. Okay. So we are pretty clear with this, right? This path. This is the path when you start working with Salesforce, which I have been mentioned here in the one of the slides. I am not going in the way, guys, but it's kind of mix up, so don't mistake me. But I would like to be deliver as much as possible in order to be understand the Salesforce where you need to be start from Salesforce. So this is the one way. Okay, let's say how many of them in the group purely into functional testing or manual testing, guys? Just I need to be see that count. Just raise your hand or just add yes, something, type yes like that. Okay, I can see 1 2 3 4. Okay, I received 6. Okay, I can able to see a maximum 6 people if I'm not wrong. Or 7. Okay. It's nothing issue, guys. You feel free to let me know because I based upon that I will be going the session. I will be concentrating based upon that. That is the reason I don't want to be check your evaluate, but I need to be aware who's my audience. So what I'm delivering, whether I'm delivering properly, whether I need to be change my way. That is the reason. Okay, I can see 11, 12. Okay, guys, out of 27, we have a 12. It's nearly 40 to 50 percentage. Okay, great. So for you guys, not only for you, for even those who are having both functional and automation or pure automation, the entry key, as I mentioned, this is the entry key. So where the Salesforce administration is the entry key. When you start learning anybody, let's say you whenever there is a Salesforce, there are a lot of roles will be there. Salesforce administration and developer, architect, and release engineer. There will be a lot of roles will be there, and business analyst will be there. So those who are want to go as a business analyst, okay, that we'll discuss here again. A role. Let's say I am a functional tester or manual tester. I'm a manual plus automation tester. I'm a fresher. Is there anybody in our group, those who are a non-IT? Non-IT in the sense fresher doesn't have any experience. Last I have been received a message from 2 people. They have done a training, but they don't have any work experience. Anybody in our group, those who don't have any experience from non-IT background? Okay, I don't think anybody here. Okay, fresher, and those who are playing a Scrum Master, or those who are playing a business analyst, and pure automation developer, sorry, automation tester, and then ETL testers, and then okay, SDET. So SDET, you people already aware, right? Software development in engineering test. It vary the role. A few people will do only automation. A few people do development also during this role. It a combination of both dev plus QA. So where I have been worked on this role almost 5 years, then I have been moved into Salesforce development. This is my the last role where I have been picked it up, and then I have been moved into the Salesforce development. So these many roles are there. Surely you guys will be fall into these roles if I'm not wrong. If any other role, if people are working, just let me know in the chat window. Any other roles? No, Prabhu, I am into this. I'm project management guy, but I would like to be learn Salesforce. Like that, anybody here? Okay, great. So for all these different type of roles, people, I think any message. Nothing. Okay. So the entry is here, the Salesforce administration, because if you aware Salesforce, the basics, we need to be aware of what is Salesforce administration. That is a very entry key where you want to be groom first. Then we can go into the development. Let's say I am an automation tester and manual tester. I'm a SDET role. These three categories. Okay. You focus first administration in order to be understand everything. Then you start do the development. Okay. So when we say development into Salesforce development model, where it will be playing a two different roles, one front end development and a back end development. So when we say front end, we need to be here, the prerequisite really must, you need to be aware of front end, HTML, CSS, JS, JavaScript for the front end development. So what are the front end development tools are available into the Salesforce? In the sense, we used to say Visual Force, in short form, VF, and then we can do Aura component, Aura Lightning, we used to say Aura Lightning development, and LWC, Lightning Web Component. So these are all the majorly playing a role into the front end development, where the back end development is going to be take, so here you need to be know the prerequisite as OOPS concept, general OOPS concept, how we are using C# or Java, right? That general OOPS concept we need to be aware. Then actual programming language, here in Apex programming. This is Apex programming will be running into the server side in backend, where it will be connected the Visual Force, Aura Lightning, and LWC. LWC is nothing but is the recent one. LWC very demand in the market. Since you are good at automation, scripting, or any estate role, you can able to easily cope up this thing. It's very simple, but with Salesforce, we need to be spend a good amount of time to understand each and everything, because this is a very big ecosystem. Okay, so you have to be spend your 200% of learning, then only you can able to cope up in this development point of view. But it will be take little timer in order to be explore each and everything. But the base is here again, the administration, then only you can able to cope up everything. You can able to say, why can't I go directly development? Shall I skip the administration? Meaning shall I skip the declarative programming? Yes, you don't want to go with this, but when you go and start working this, you not aware of the actual Salesforce flavor, where you want to be do all those configuration stuff, because these both are interrelated stuff. So you can't rely only the development skills, but you need to be know the declarative programming also, because we will be calling the flow as I showed here, right? This flow we will be call the development actual development script in order to be do all the operations, wherein when we develop any script, we will be calling this flow also. Likewise, it will be interrelated one, so that as so we need it will be interrelated. So these are all that area you guys need to be focused. Any doubt till here? கண்டிப்பா doubt வரணுமே. How many of don't speak Tamil here? If you are not familiar with Tamil, just say yes in the chat window. I think one or two people, if I'm not wrong. What programming languages must commonly used? Kavya, you are asking into only Salesforce, right? The programming language, Apex programming. Apex programming is a programming language into the Salesforce. This is only one programming language. We will be using it, but this is taking a major role when you go any front end development using these are skills you can able to say this one will be Visual Force, Aura Lightning, LWC. In LWC we have two layers, again the front end back end. So for front layer we need to be have this, and back end side we need to have this. Okay, fine. I'm not going to be speak in Tamil. I just want to know the audience. Okay, great, guys. Okay, we'll jump into the next topic. Okay, the next topic going to be the career path. So where I need to be learn. So that is if your next question. Okay, Prabhu, you have been explained nicely CRM cloud computing, how the cloud computing with CRM working in Salesforce, the deployment, sorry, development model, and then we talked about the role. Everything good. Okay, where I need to be start. You mentioning each and every time this is a entry key, entry key. Okay, everything is fine. Where I need to be go and learn. Where I need to be explore as a functional or automation tester, there will be some learning path, right? So where we can able to go and learn that. So that I'm going to be give you list. Okay, I'm going to share this link, guys. So the major thing, Salesforce providing a free platform where you want to be explore and learn and do practice, do hands-on. Everything will be available over the cloud again in the internet wherever you go. And even you can install in your mobile whenever you get a free time. Just spend over half an hour. You can able to learn from there. Okay, free. What I can say, free learning platform. So free of cost again, that name called trailhead. So anybody heard the name called trailhead? If you are working with Salesforce, surely you will, or else difficult, I think.
No, bro, this is
Okay, great. So this is a trailhead where you want to do each and everything whatever I have been mentioned, but you have to do a register and do a sign up. After that you can able to log in with your user credential, then you can play around with the trailhead. That also I am going to share the link where you need to be do a sign up everything. So let's say simply go into the browser, Salesforce, type trailhead, nothing much. So you can see the fun way to learn. You will be love, guys. I have been spent a lot of time. Whenever I get time, I will be get into this. I have been uninstall my Facebook. I have been uninstall in Instagram. I have been installed this trailhead, and then I will be keep watching. If you are asking me how you have been become into Salesforce development, you are saying a lead Salesforce consultant. The reason behind I have been actively working with this platform, guys. To be honest, you spend a good amount of time whenever you get time. The way they have been constructed will be a little awesome. You never felt tired, but there are some theoretical part and practical part also involved in it. So you guys need to be plan accordingly. You have to be spend at your free time, you whenever you feel most enthusiast, then you can able to do it. So let's say go into it. I think I have been already logged in, so that I don't want to register. Let's say do log out. Okay, try.salesforce.com. This is the link I'm going to share you end of this session. Okay, do sign up. I have been already signed it, but I'm just giving an example. So the sign up will be come into the many way. You don't want to create any information. Just use your Google if you already logged into your system, or else LinkedIn or any other device. It's again into SSO concept where you will be able to do it. So I have been already logged into my Salesforce account, so that I will be using this. So this is my account. So once you have to give, after you register, do a sign up, you need to give your username and password. Why again? should log. Might be my password is not correct. Okay, I'm in, I think. Okay, guys. So this is once you enter into it, this is going to be a home page for the Salesforce trailhead, where you can see this is I have been did a lot of things so that you can able to see my progress here, how much point I have been secured, and what is my range, everything, and what is my current progress, everything. If you want to go, you can able to see the profile. See the how many batches I have been received. So at very first time you will not be having anything, but when you keep start learning everything, you will be having all those points, because it will be they will be motivated in such a way where you need to be engaged in this platform in order to be learn everything. So once you the certification part also we are going to be discuss in another 2 minutes. So whatever I have been secured, I have been listed out my certificates. This is a kind of a profile page. Let jump into that. The career path, uh, as I mentioned, support Salesforce. Okay, so after you enter into the home page, you can able to see there are big menu and then sub menu will be there. In that sub menu, you can able to see after next to the today there will be learn, and the learn you can see grow your career. Here is the career path. Click the career path. Slowly you come down, you can able to see few information here. As I mentioned, Salesforce administrator, it will be very first. Again, Salesforce developer and Salesforce consultant. This is a level, each and every level, high level, one by one. Again, Salesforce architect and Salesforce designer and business analyst. So like that lot there are a lot more things are there, but will you can guys focus these two as of now. Salesforce administrator, or where you want to be focused, or no Prabhu, I still have a query. I need to be check with you in the sense you feel free to ping me. We can able to discuss, and I have a, platform where I have been created here. So this is a top mate. I'm going to be share this also in the link. If you need any offline assistant, any clarification, you just use this URL and you will be able to get that Salesforce career guidance. Again, it's on a free of cost as of now. So you can ask me anything. If you don't have time, you can if you have time, schedule a call with me, or else you can chat with me. I will be reply you. It's not really necessary you have to chat here, since you have having my actual number in a WhatsApp. You can feel free to chat in that WhatsApp number also. But here is a medium if you want to discuss a little more detail for your career path. We will discuss it out. Okay, I'll jump into here. Let's say I would like to be go with the Salesforce administrator. Learn more. I'm clicking the link. See, you can able to see. We used to call in trial head as in a trial or trial mix. The term trial and trial mix will be give you a one again the path where you want to be start first, and when is the first, the priority, everything will be derived in this way. So that is how we used to call trial. Take the trial. So the trial will be giving here build your admin career on Salesforce. Okay, great. It has some points. Okay, it will be start from here. So each and every section you have to be focused one by one. Okay, so likewise I have been started. Once we have been completed, it will be a green check mark. Likewise we need to be go each and everything one by one. So this is the way you guys you need to be start your Salesforce learning with the trailhead platform. So again, it's a free of cost, but it need a good amount of quality time with your, because it will be help a lot of things you can able to do. It has a both theoretical and practical also. You keep start referring this, you can able to learn that. Okay, any other questions still here?
Uh, Prabhu, like as you mentioned, many roles in your Excel sheet, right? You take the first role, which is most of the people are there. So a pure manual tester. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
yeah, pure manual tester. If in your experience, like if they want to get into the Salesforce domain, what it could be, Prabhu, it could be a admin as the initial entry job for them, or it could be a Salesforce tester. So I'm just telling whatever I know, but what is your recommendation for him to switch over that to here?
Yeah, yeah, that's really a good point. I missed it out for this. Let's say, as a functional tester or manual tester, I want to become a Salesforce QA. So when we can able to become a Salesforce QA in the sense, at least we need to be aware. Let's say there are a lot of domains are available, right? People, those who are familiar with banking domain, we used to call expert in a banking domain. We used to call expert in logistics. We used to call, but based upon the domain, likewise, there will be a lot of clouds will be there into the Salesforce. But when you want to become a Salesforce QA or Salesforce QA automation engineer, you need to be aware of the Salesforce platform. So the Salesforce platform is nothing much, whichever topics we have been discussed so far, right? This cloud edition license and this declarative programming, these are all the Salesforce platform entirely. Whatever we have been discussed, this is going to be a Salesforce platform. You need to be aware of what is a Salesforce platform. As a QA, I need to be aware how I can able to log in into the Salesforce, how I can able to create my record, I can able to create my objects, everything we need to be aware. That is a picture coming to here. You want to become a Salesforce QA. So as a functional tester, you can able to become a Salesforce QA in order to be understand the Salesforce platform. I just gave a very high level details about this, but it's not really enough. You have to be explore more. But which is a first session, right? We can't able to understand each and everything. But again,
Yep.
it's going to be only this. Apart from the nothing is there in the Salesforce, but each and every topic will be in a huge ocean. So we need to be spend a good amount of time in order to be understand the Salesforce platform. Then you need to be become understand the Salesforce administration, how it is working. That is the reason I shared you the link here. This is pretty enough if you want to become a Salesforce QA. If you are done with this, there will be a 40 hours program, I think, if I believe. Let's see. I don't have, since I have been logged in, so I can't able to see. But it's a 40 hours program. Once you're done with this 40 hours program, if you do some good hands-on with the Salesforce, you will be become as a Salesforce QA. Based upon that, you can able to align. Again, for automation testing, those are people, you can ask me a question whether I can able to use Selenium to the Salesforce. But I'm expecting the question, but none of them asked. But anyhow, I'm in the situation I need to be explained. For the Salesforce automation, you don't want to be spend any other automation tool learning. You just spend whatever you have been learned so far. If you are familiar with Playwright, Cypress, and Selenium, you can nicely able to use. And Postman, yes, you can able to use Postman. Again, the Postman is dedicatedly designed for the web services that you people already aware. In Salesforce also there is an integration. I never touched this here in this session because it will be a big topic. Again, that whatever the application which is integrated into the Salesforce, we can able to validate all those API endpoints into the Salesforce. For that, Postman again we are using here. As an automation tester, you don't want to spend any other tool, but there are some tools which is dedicatedly developed for Salesforce. But again, it's in a paid version. It's not in a free version. Proware is in a Salesforce testing automation tool, but based on my experience, I never face. We need to be really use this, but there are some banking domain or very secure domain. They don't want to rely on the freeware or open source tools. And one more good thing, it will be running top of the Selenium. You can able to see it's running from top of the Selenium drivers. Okay, so this is a one more tool if you really want to be learn, but you can able to learn. But my suggestion, you don't want to spend a good amount of time here since you are already familiar with any other automation tool, Cypress, Playwright, or Selenium. But those who are working on QTP UFT, Salesforce won't support because you know it's a desktop application. I'm not sure really how the UFT now has been evolved in recent days. If anybody have any idea, just tell me. I'm able to learn that. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Gautam.
Yes, Prabhu. So the 40 hours of training is the very basic thing to get into the Salesforce QA.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, thanks.
Even if as a BA, as I mentioned, right, even as I am a BA, I want to be become a Salesforce business analyst. You can spend the amount of time here, and I am a Scrum Master. I do a project management also, but I want to enter into Salesforce. This is the entry key and entry level career path program. You can able to learn from here.
This 40 hours is somewhere here, Prabhu.
Uh,
40
no, it
hours
will
is
be yeah, it will be there because I have been almost done 86%. So there is a left
okay.
of only 1.25 minutes.
Okay, okay.
So if I begin very initial, let me check in another incognito mode.
No, like
Uh,
Salesforce administrator role, right? Similarly, do
uh,
we have Salesforce QA also as a career path?
No, 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 no. Yeah, that's a really a good question, guys. There is no any term saying Salesforce QA into that any career path. Only whatever the skills you have been secured so far in your experience, that QA skills going to be apply into the Salesforce platform. Nothing much. You don't want to spend any Salesforce any testing with this. Any skills need to be upgraded in testing. Nothing much whatever you have been done in your previous experience, unit testing, integration testing, sanity, smoke, everything going to be relay the same, but you will be doing in your Salesforce platform. That is pretty much. Is that your question?
Yeah, yeah, Prabhu. See, generally, like initially we started testing in web application, then we
Okay.
switched over into the mobile testing. There are few network related testing, but otherwise the smoke functionality, everything are same, right? Only the platform different. So
Yes.
similarly, the testing
Same,
concepts are
same,
same, but
same.
fits into the Salesforce application.
Exactly. Yes, correct.
Okay,
Same
okay,
concept. But when you
okay.
enter into that Salesforce, you need to be aware the business point of view. So what is the business? So to whom we are working? Who's the end user? What is the requirements? That anyhow, any project, if we are going to be work on any new project, we need to be aware of all those requirements, right? That is
Correct.
going to be here. But again, the platform alone. Let's say I'm a functional tester. I have been worked on e-commerce website. Okay, I'm working last 4 years in e-commerce applications, but I got an opportunity where I need to be work on a banking application. But banking, there will be a lot of terms of finance, marketing, and then there will be credit and debit ledgers, tracking system, everything will be there. So there are few areas people will be looking into only functional tester, those who are expertised into the banking application or banking domain. The same wise, whenever you see any opportunity in Salesforce QA, they will be looking into actual QA roles and responsibility. Top of that, you need to be familiar with the Salesforce platform. Okay, you
Okay,
just go
okay.
after this session. You just go and see in LinkedIn, or even I have been posted one message in our link WhatsApp group
Group.
where you
Yeah.
can able to see the roles and responsibility is going to be a same testing. Top of that, you need to be have an experience in a Salesforce platform.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll check the JD, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, great. And last two things I would like to be update here. From there we will wrap up the session. I think it's almost 1.5 hours. Uh, I don't want to be stretched more. Let's see, is there any open query in chat window? Uh, what is the certification name or course name you would suggest to move from testing career? Yeah, for testing, we don't have any certification in Salesforce, guys. Only whatever I have been mentioned, right? The Salesforce developer business analyst in the career path, that is going to be a testing, sorry, certification point of view. You can focus on Salesforce administration. That is an entry certification level. If you want certification also, there is another menu here in certification. Click the certification, the third menu. Now you can see, choose your role. So here is a lot of roles. As I am suggesting you, the entry level certification, administration is fine, but there is one more certification, associate is there, but I won't prefer that associate certificate only for the students are the graduates, the young graduates, those who are completed their degrees, right? I can suggest them, but as a working professional, we need to be focused this certification at very first. Okay, here is a certification. Again, if you click this certification, it will be forward you again the same trailhead only, where I have been mentioned. Yeah, here is that. I have been mentioned. Guys, please mute yourself. Okay. Okay, again, if you do this certification administration, if you come, there is a trial mix they are giving, study and prepare. Okay, you can click this again. Gautam, it's not on 40 hours. It has been evolved in last 3 years. It's now become as a 60 hours program.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay.
you can click this and you can able to get that the same link. Okay, let me copy and I will keep this. I will share this also. Okay. Okay, with respect to automation, how objects in sales was identified? Yes, the same like how we are able to do the web locator, right? With the help of CSS, HTML, the typical 7 different type of the same way is going to be applicable here, Subraj. Export CSS path, we can able to do it. Nothing much we want to spend any other identification point of view in the web locators. Kavya, and also we need to be certification completion to switch careers. It's not really required certification, guys. Since you guys having a good amount of work experience, but the thing you need to be learn about Salesforce platform. That is the reason I'm giving a trial mix and trial head where you want to be explore, but it's not really required a certification. But some cases there will be an entry key where they will be mentioning it's on a mandatory. You need to be have a administration certificate. So during that time, it will be added advantage. You want to be your profile get shortlisted to get the certification, but I won't suggest you to be start certification before you do all your self learning or any other training program, but you need to be focused more into the learning first 3 months. After that you can plan for the certification, but if you are planning for certification, administration will be a first one. But there are some big companies, they are looking into certification also. I won't say it's not really required, but it will be added advantages if you have been done as like you done with your ISTQB, right? So the same ways. Okay. Any other open query? Okay. Okay, guys, I'm pretty good. So the last thing I would like to be convey. So we have been gone through all those things, with the agenda, and I have been pretty much covered. And then the Salesforce point of view, and I have been listed out few modules here which we need to be focused as part of during your learning time. You can able to see here from the modules giving introduction about the cloud, which we have been gone through now. These topics again, there will be a Salesforce overview which I have been explained the edition and license and cloud service. There are some data model in Salesforce. We will be used to say standard and custom objects. These many sections also there in the database and data model with respect to Salesforce. And there will be a workflow process builder, which I have been mentioned the low code, right? The flows and approval process and process builder. This will be comes under into the Salesforce automation process. These topics also really must as you part of your learning path. And there will be a security, and then the user license. There will be a lot of security things are there, how to control in a profile level, user level. So these topics also will be into the security side, and Salesforce data management will be there. Okay, then reports. So you can focus these many modules and subheadings as part of I have been designed for the training purpose. If you interested want to be trained with me, I will be doing a session for a 30-hour session. It's a purely into hands-on session where we will be working into the live programs, live business cases. Including this session, I will like to be take up giving an interview tips and resume preparation and mock interview, everything I have been planned. If you are interested, you can reach me out. We can able to discuss this. So I will be tell you how much the charges for this. But this is going to be a 30 hours program. I have two slots. Only one thing is on weekdays. It will be going to be happen, and another slot will be a weekends. So that I will be clearly explained in the chat window in our WhatsApp group. If anybody interested, you can able to ping me. We can work accordingly. Okay, guys, I am in the end of the session. Thanks for your time again in this weekend. Spending 1 hour, 1.5 hour for your upskill program. It's really good. You can let me know if you have any final queries or any other queries we can able to address.